Financial Literacy Educational YouTube channel. So today we are going to talk about HDFC AMC because this stock is currently under the pump and it has corrected a lot from the 52-week high. So earlier the 52-week high was like around 3,850. Now it has corrected to level of 2,900. So this is something like kind of a bit of concerning for the people who are having the shareholder of this companies. So we'll try to understand why this fall has happened and whether the stock has made bottom or there's more fall yet to become. So that's something we're trying to talk about more. So if you see the prime reason behind the fall, that earlier the stock when it was trading below 4,000, then that time promoter came up with OFS plan and the OFS was set around 3,170 price. So that's something much below that the trading price when the OFS has declared. Because why this OFS came into picture, because if you see as per SEBI norms, if any company listed in stock market and if they are having kind of a promoter holding of more than 75%, they have to reduce it to 75% at least, so that there should be at least 25% of public holding should have happened. But at the moment, if you say for SDFC, there are two prime promoter. One is the SDFC AMC, another is the standard. And they, if you accumulate their as a addition of both the promoter shareholding, it will be above 82%. That's supposed to be reduced to 75%. So that's the prime reason why OFS came into picture. As the OFS price is below the market price what was trading that day, that's why people has taken a bit negatively by considering in general OFS price is the price which people do consider as a fair price. So that's something negative came up, and that's why you can see like sudden fall we can see over here on the chart. If you can see, this is the in the month of Feb it was trading around 1300. If I enable the crosshair, you can see it was trading around 1300, 1350, and there was a single directional move without having any hiccups. You can see it has reached a high of around 1300, 3850, and from there if you see from last 12 or 13 trading session it was falling in one directionally. And now we'll try to understand when this fall can be arrested, because this fall is really in the vertical fashion. In general, this kind of like a fall is not sustainable. Now I'll try to understand over the technical chart. Let me plot the Bollinger Band. Okay, so if you see the Bollinger Band over here, so in Bollinger Band, what happen every time stock moves out of Bollinger Band, it will retraces back inside it. Let me place a doodle over here. You can see this is one instances where it moved out, then it retraces back. This is second instances, third instances, fourth instances, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9. So you can see whenever stock prices move out of the band, it always retraces back. And what happened in the current junction, if you see, it moved out of Bollinger Band, but this time in the reverse direction. Now we are expecting as prices close below the Bollinger Band, we are expecting some kind of pullback to retrace it back into it. So we are expecting some kind of a retracement over here. This is the one kind of a chart which we are expecting, like why there can be fall could have arrested. This is one instances. Let's move to another instances. Let's plot Fibonacci. Okay, so if you don't know how to plot Fibonacci, so for plotting Fibonacci, you need to have a uptrend or downtrend. At the moment, as as was in uptrend, so I have considered to have a Fibonacci on that, and we'll see up to what level retracement can happen. And I have considered 200 DMA because in general in the long term chart 200 is the DMA where we are considering as a bullish. If any stock prices closes above this 200 DMA, then we consider that as a bullish stock. So that's why this is the kind of a benchmark from where we are considering to plot the Fibonacci. Okay, so if you plot the Fibonacci, as you know, Fibonacci works for like 38.2, 50, 61%. There are other Fibonacci ratio also, but mostly respected Fibonacci ratio are 50% and 61.8. So if you see over here in the long run, it almost reached at the 50% level, and from there it has retraced. You can see it's almost reached 50%, and from there it has retraced to bit and is closed almost in between 38.2 and 50% level. So this is one another instances where I personally believe like fall can be arrested because it's almost reached the level of 50% retracement. As I said earlier, 50% and 61.8, these two are really respectable level for Fibonacci. Okay, so let's move to another instances why I believe that fall could have arrested. Let me clear this all. Okay, so this is a chart, daily chart. I'm simply planning to draw a horizontal line over here. If you can see, there are like multiple instances or multiple time it has taken the support or resistance from this line. This is one instances, this is another instances, this is one more instances. So it has taken multiple support or resistance. Initially it has act as a resistance, but thereafter it has taken as support. Now also it has taken as a support and it closed above that. So this can be act as a kind of a confirmation for us whether it has made a button or there's free fall. If any retracement is happening above it, then we can expect or we can get the confirmation like bottom might have made. Let's move to another instances. I'm clearing it all. Okay, so let's simply draw a horizontal line or any line that should, we can say, is a trending line. Okay, so if you see this line, trend line will be more powerful if it reaching any candle is reaching the trend line. If there's n number of times or that many, you can say the strength of the trend line. If you see how many times it has reached, let me have this. So even you can see almost it has reached here. This is second instances, this is third, this is fourth, and almost today it has reached. So this is five times almost it has reached from July to November. So whenever it reaching this line is taking a pullback. So even with that we can consider that there can be a pullback would have happened tomorrow or day after tomorrow.